The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Coming up now on UMass Sports Insider, it's homecoming in Amherst, with alumni from across the country returning to campus for the weekend. Coach Whipple's team is set for a Big Mac contest on Saturday. We'll preview the matchup against Kent State. And we hit the pitch to check in on a pair of UMass soccer teams. First, meeting a Minute Women's squad looking to make some noise in an always challenging Atlantic 10. And later, going back to an emotional day at Rudd Field last weekend, when the Minutemen dedicated a part of their home to a beloved former head coach. It's another week of UMass Sports Insider, and it starts right now. After tripping up last weekend in the MAC opener, UMass football returns to Amherst this Saturday, welcoming a Kent State team that the Minutemen defeated soundly on the road last year. If Coach Whipple's squad can repeat that feat, it will be back-to-back wins in McGurk and a first step towards moving up in the MAC East division standings. Hi there and welcome to UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host Josh Maurer. Here on campus there are literally thousands of alumni expected to come back for homecoming this weekend, and to preview the big game against Kent State, in a few minutes we'll talk with a pair of potential all-MAC UMass Minutemen performers. But first, let's take a look back at last weekend's conference opener at Bowling Green, a game that featured lots and lots of offense.
Little fade route to the end zone. He's got a receiver. Ball is caught. Touchdown.
Frohnapple has thrown it, and Nesmith makes the catch near the back pylon. He's in for the touchdown. Off from Tate to Oliphant, right at the goal line. Cuts to the near side. That's his right. Now back to the middle. Oliphant at the 30. Reverses field to the left. Oliphant across midfield, and look at him run. James Oliphant, far sideline. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, UMass.
And now happy to be joined by head coach Mark Whipple. We'll look a little bit back at last week in a moment, Coach, but first let's look forward. Kent State coming up at McGurk Stadium. It's homecoming weekend here in Amherst. When you look at the Kent State team, it's one that has a really good defense and one that you were able to beat on the road last year. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, I thought our guys focused last year and made a few plays, especially defense blocked a field goal when it was tight and had a nice interception return and made a couple of throws on fourth down that really got us over the top. This Kent State team is a little bit better than they were last year. They really played Minnesota tough, and Marshall was a tough loss for them. You know, Toledo got them. They were up 7-0, so we've got our hands full this week.
When you look back at last year's game, I thought really the statement was probably made by your defense, including a pick six that kind of sealed the win at the end. Was that really the game last year, Coach, where you felt like your defense made its biggest impact?
Well, I thought they played well at Ball State also, but I thought that it was a turn of events, you know, especially on the road. The guys came up, made a fourth down stop, obviously at the end. We ran the ball on offense and helped it, and it just was a really great team win.
So now you come home. This is, as I mentioned, homecoming. Your last game, your first game here at McGurk, was a great effort. The win 2 weeks ago against Florida International. Is it a huge edge being here on this home field that your players are so familiar with?
Well, it was 2 weeks ago. There's no question there in the Ball State game. So, you know, we've got to turn this thing around with a great win at homecoming. I'm not sure the seniors have gotten a win at homecoming. A special day. We lost to Bowling Green last year with a great crowd, so we'll be ready to go.
Last week, obviously disappointing. You start MAC play out at Bowling Green in a game that everybody knew was going to be a shootout. And Bowling Green just had too much offense for your team. What were the takeaways you had from that game?
Yeah, they played as well as advertised. I thought Matt Johnson was superlative as a quarterback. We missed some throws early in the red zone. Took a chance at the beginning of the second half on 4th and 1. Maybe didn't get a call that we would have liked to have had on a PI, but they took it in. We just didn't stop them. And they took us out of some of the things we wanted to do on offense. We wanted to run the ball a little bit more, but with the score, we just kept throwing it. So we'll just get ready for Kent State this week.
Right, and no rest for the weary. What are the things that you're focusing on in practice to move past the Bowling Green effort to try to get better for Kent State this weekend?
Well, if we stay with our procedure, this is a week we'll play defense. We haven't played it 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 we have, so 6 weeks. So expect our guys to be better that way, and we got to make sure we take care of things in the red zone. Can't kick field goals, can't turn the ball over once again in the red zone, which has hurt us 3 times this year.
Kent State is known for defense. Coach Haynes, that's kind of his calling card. So for Blake Frohnapple and the offensive unit, what are the things they need to do to be successful here this week?
Well, we're going to block a little bit better up front, and then they've got two really, really good safeties. And, find a way to get Tajay the ball and got to get it in the end zone. Try to get out to an early start. Maybe they want to run the ball a little bit more, and not sure what quarterback's going to play for them. They played two last week, so I know if they get ahead, they'll run it, and we got to try to make sure we take care of things the first quarter.
Hoping for a great crowd, hoping for a big win this weekend. Thanks so much, Coach.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
That's Coach Whipple. It's time for us to take a quick break here on UMass Sports Insider. When we come back, we're staying on the gridiron, though, and visiting with a pair of football standouts, including one of the best cover cornerbacks in program history. Lots more still to come. Keep it right here.
It's football season, and that means excitement, thrills, and adventure. Enjoy friends and family VIP status when the Minutemen take to the field at Gillette Stadium. Be there Saturday, October 24th when we play Toledo. For just $80, you'll get 4 great seats, a $20 voucher to use any way you'd like in stadium, amazing local discounts, and free parking. Let the season begin with you. Call 866-UMass-TIX to get this exclusive deal and lock in your seats today.
A forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance. A forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil, it'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper, and I'd be like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm gonna get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
Leadership isn't given, it's earned, realized, accomplished, fulfilled, won. Leadership isn't given, it's taken.
Welcome back. It's UMass Sports Insider. The Minutemen football team returns to McGurk Stadium at 3:30 this weekend. They're going to host Kent State. It's homecoming in Amherst, and we're going to visit with a couple of standout Minutemen seniors. First, we welcome on Randall Jett, who is one of the best cornerbacks that you'll find in the MAC. Thanks for coming on, Randall. You know, last week you moved into 3rd place all-time, the history of this program, in passes broken up. As a corner, I guess there's no stat that you'd rather be measured on than passes you break up. So what does that mean for you to be up there in program history?
I actually didn't know that. You know, Coach Whip always jokes with me. He's like, hey, when you go to tournament and interceptions, when you go to score, we need you to score. So me and Coach Whip have a nice little joke about that. But it's always good when I can, you know, help my team get off on 3rd down or just give them momentum with a pass breakup. So I enjoy that.
Coming off of last week, what's the defense working on here to try to shore things up with so much of the season still left in front of you?
Communication, you know, you can't have 10 guys all in the right spot and one guy, you know, maybe in the wrong spot, especially against an explosive offense like Bowling Green. So this week we're definitely gonna work on communication, everybody being on the same page.
Kent State is the opponent this weekend. This is a team that you beat last year, and I think you, as a member of the defense, you probably take really good memories from that game, because not only was it a big win, but it was a huge effort for the defense. What do you remember from last year's game about this Golden Flashes team?
I remember, you know, that they're capable of making big plays. You know, they got a lot of guys. They're a good team, you know, individually they're definitely good and athletic, but I think they play very well together, and that's something that we need to do as a defense too. So.
Well, Randall Jett is our guest, and Randall comes from Martha's Vineyard, so out from the eastern part of the state. You've been here now for 5 years in this program. So you've moved over to the western side. Do you feel like a Western Mass guy these days?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a local. Don't go home in the summer, stay out here all the time. So, it's good. It's good to be back for homecoming, and my family can come up.
So they'll make the trip, and so many other alumni will this weekend as well. How special is it, Randall, to play not only a homecoming game, but to be able to do it now here on your campus at McGurk Stadium?
It's good because, my freshman year, 2011, I had that vibe, but I wasn't playing. I was being redshirted, But now that I'm playing, and now that the young guys get to experience that too, being back at Amherst, it's huge. Your family comes up and visit. They can stay a while. They can come hang out with you. You don't get that same vibe at Gillette. You get the high and by. So this is good, and it's good for Amherst. Amherst deserves it. The campus deserves it, and the students deserve it.
Randall, it was great to see you. Thanks so much for coming out and spending some time with us here today.
Thank you.
And now we welcome on senior tight end Rodney Mills. And Rodney, let's talk offense here for your team. It's been kind of, I guess, up and down through 5 games, your level of performance. How do you feel like the group is performing as a whole right now?
Yeah, so far we've only won 1 game, so I think it's kind of obvious for us that we haven't, performed the way we want to and been able to put up enough points to get a win. So we're just focusing on getting better and coming out each week and focusing on putting up more points and helping our team win.
Well, let's talk about you personally. Last weekend at Bowling Green, you came back from what had been a pretty rough injury. You'd missed a couple weeks in a row, and lo and behold, you come back and receive over 100 yards. What did it feel like to be back out to help your team?
It felt good to be back out and help them move the ball down the field and get some catches and try to get the offense going. But at the end of the day, it wasn't enough, and we get the chance to come out next week for homecoming and to come out and have a better performance and to bring a win to this team, and that's what we're looking forward to.
And for you personally, you've had 2 games this year, over 100 yards receiving. I know there were a lot of expectations that you put on yourself, especially after Gene Sifrin left the team. Have you met your expectations yet? Obviously, when you've been healthy, you've been very productive.
Yeah, personally, I've been somewhat pleased, but I know there's a lot more plays that I can make for the team and that I plan on making for the team in order to help us get these wins.
Let's look at Kent State this weekend. It's a team that's known for defense. They've got a really good one, but you know them firsthand. You beat Kent State on the road last year. What do you have to do to be successful against this team?
Just come out and do what we do best, throw the ball, run the ball, and, as long as we execute, we feel like we can win against anybody, and that's just been what we haven't been doing lately. We haven't been executing very well, and that's something we got to improve on, and when we do that, we can't be stopped.
Rodney, thanks so much for coming by here today. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Senior tight end Rodney Mills. Well, it's time for us to step aside for just a few moments here on UMass Sports Insider. When we come back, we'll switch gears to soccer and check in with a Minute Women team featuring some stout defenders, one that has gotten off to a good start in Atlantic 10 play, thanks in large to the back line of defense. That's coming up next.
Leadership isn't given. It's earned. Realized. Accomplished. Fulfilled. Won. Leadership isn't given. It's taken.
We're back on UMass Sports Insider and here now from Rudd Field, the home of the UMass men's and women's soccer teams. For the Minute Women and head coach Ed Matz, there's a talented squad assembled, one led by 3 experienced defenders who have helped combine to limit opponents to nearly record-low scoring totals thus far this season. Let's meet them now.
Well, we're excited about the year. This was one of the first classes that had been with me for 4 years, that we went out and had committed to us, maybe their sophomore years in high school. So we were excited. There was a lot of optimism. We felt that last year's result in the A10 wasn't something that those girls, our seniors, wanted to go out with. So again, a lot of optimism. We felt like we had great captains, and we felt we had a very good senior class.
Coming into this program, we definitely have our sights on winning A10s. And we've always historically been a young team since I've been at UMass, but this year was different because we're an older, more experienced team. We only lost 3 seniors last year, so we are just more experienced. We're used to playing with each other more, so we definitely raised the expectations.
One of the things that we talked about in that very first day was we didn't score a lot of goals off set pieces last year, and if you want to get to the A10s, you have to do a few things. And if we want to get to Davidson, where the A10s are this year, you have to score goals off set pieces.
We want a corner kick. If someone gets the ball down the corner, and we tell them to try to get a corner because that's going to be a great opportunity for us to score.
I definitely think that this team is really adaptable, and we're able to change different positions. A lot of people are really good mobility players and just are really good in different positions. So it's good to have that kind of team chemistry. Some of the incoming freshmen have really made a huge impact on being able to help with our starting lineup. Erin Dosser being one of them. She's really helped out with the forward line, especially with Natalie being out with a torn ACL. And I think the 2 incoming freshmen that play defense have really made a huge impact because they allow Madison to play up top with her speed. So that has helped. Jenny Scrow with her injury, I've had to move from the outside back to the center back, so I've had to do a little adjusting myself, but I'm getting used to it, and I'm able to adjust, and I'm still playing defense, which is the position I love, so it's easy.
Previous years, we haven't been doing too well in the set pieces. We haven't scored a lot of goals and have been poorly defended of our health. So one of the goals for this season was to be better at set pieces. And well, I think we've shown we are a lot better team.
8, 7, 6, 5.
We've gone through so much adversity, things didn't bother us. We have 3 seconds left. We have our 5'10" player taking the corner, and our 5'3" player heads the ball in. And it just, I was so proud. I mean, obviously that we scored the goal, but I didn't have to scream or do it. They just did it. And it's good. I really give credit to the juniors and seniors for getting us through that. I mean, it was a tough stretch where it just seemed during preseason, you have a player that started that the team is well liked on the team, tear ACLs in a walkthrough. You have another player with a disease that's not a very common disease in athletics, in Lyme disease. And then you have some other kids coming off ACL tears, and then you have some, a couple of concussions, which are just normal in women's soccer. I really give credit to the juniors and seniors, especially my seniors and my captains. They were just so focused on how they wanted their senior year to be, and they were able to push the team.
Just as a senior, this is the last year to do it, go big and go as far as we can. I think since I've been here, the farthest we've made it is to the semifinals of the A10 tournament. So now it's about, doing the best that we can in the A10s, winning the A10s, and then going into the tournament, winning that tournament. Ever since I was a freshman, I've been in the back line, and it's been me, Ice, and Madison back there for all 4 years. So it's nice knowing that I have them by my side because we're all confident playing with each other.
Coming into a game, I just have the mentality that I want to win. I'm going to do anything that I can to help the team win. As a defender, you have to be tough. You're coming into a war. You're not going to let anyone go past you. Even leading up last year to this year, we've talked about how fast it's gone and how you can't take it for granted because it really is a special time in your life.
For Coach Matz and the Minute Women, Atlantic 10 play continues this weekend with home matchups here at Rudd Field against Davidson and Rhode Island. The Minute Women will have their sights set on making a run in next month's Atlantic 10 tournament. We step away for a few moments here on UMass Sports Insider, but on the other side, time to relive an emotional afternoon here at Fort Rudd last weekend when the Minutemen dedicated a permanent monument to the memory of their late great coach, Sam Koch. We'll be right back.
It's football season, and that means excitement, thrills, and adventure. Enjoy friends and family VIP status when the Minutemen take to the field at Gillette Stadium. Be there Saturday, October 24th when we play Toledo. For just $80, you'll get 4 great seats, a $20 voucher to use any way you'd like in stadium, amazing local discounts, and free parking. Let the season begin with you. Call 866-UMass-TICKS to get this exclusive deal and lock in your seats today.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. Former UMass men's soccer coach Sam Koch was simply one of the greatest team leaders in the history of the athletic department. Coach Koch built his program into a College Cup participant before succumbing to cancer far too soon last year. Last weekend, many of his former players, family, and friends came back here to Redfield for a very special dedication in his honor. Let's take a look back.
At this time, we ask that you direct your attention in front of the scorer's bench to a special ceremony as we dedicate the Sam Koch Memorial here at Redfield.
I'm sure on behalf of everyone, I'd like to extend a really warm welcome to Suzanne, Jeff, and Ben. I think today is about honoring Sam, and we've all got our own memories of Sam, but I think the biggest thing we can say, when he came here in 1991, the program was a year from extinction. And thanks to Sam, we're about to enjoy a game. Thanks to Sam, the program not just survived, but thrived. And thanks to Sam, it's one of the few programs at the NCAA Division I who's actually gone to a Final Four. So it's a terrific accomplishment.
All he wanted was for you to go out, work your tail off, leave everything on the field for you and the team, and that's really what made Coach a great man.
That little shed over there, Sam used to talk about making his office there to stay away from all the hubbub and gloom. And he would just have Wi-Fi, and he wasn't very technologically advanced, so he couldn't ever do it. But now he'll be over in the other corner. Thank you.
Sam Koch's plaque dedicated last weekend will stand permanently here at Redfield as a reminder of the great coach and even better person who led the Minutemen program for so many years. We'll be right back.
It's football season, and that means excitement, thrills, and adventure. Enjoy friends and family VIP status when the Minutemen take to the field at Gillette Stadium. Be there Saturday, October 24th when we play Toledo. For just $80, you'll get 4 great seats, a $20 voucher to use any way you'd like in stadium, amazing local discounts, and free parking. Let the season begin with you. Call 866-UMass-TICKS to get this exclusive deal and lock in your seats today.
Forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance, a forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil. It'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper and I'd be like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm going to get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
Welcome back, and that's going to do it for this edition of UMass Sports Insider. Don't forget, in addition to the homecoming football game here on Saturday, Friday night, UMass Hockey plays its home opener against Sacred Heart. That is at the Mullen Center for the 2-0 Minutemen. Our next edition of UMass Sports Insider will feature a preview of a huge game at Gillette Stadium against nationally ranked Toledo. Until then, I'm Josh Maurer. Have a great weekend, and thanks so much for watching.